I read a tweet on Twitter, because I'm still not calling it X, the other day that really was enlightening, and I've noticed it myself. The OG poster said that yeah, people don't dance anymore because they do, like if you go to a wedding and like there is a dance, like they're just kind of like moving and stuff like that. Like people don't go crazy anymore unless they're like really intoxicated, and that's because it seems like they're being watched, and that's because they are being watched. Everyone has one of these, and it's something that's all but expected to be in any social circumstance. You see this in other places too, almost universally. As kids without cell phones, we ran outside without socks on. But there is this like trend among high school students to never have their feet bare anymore because people could take pictures of them and post them online. And that's like stated by people who like are refusing to take socks off ever. Like the socks with sandals thing that you see kids doing is not bad fashion, it's protection. And it's stated as such. And the same thing with like the dancing or like the lack of dancing that's happening, at weddings and stuff, is because there's just too many people watching. You don't want a video of you being a goofball at a wedding, even though that's entirely, the point of a wedding is celebration and being goofy. Like you don't want that, out there or in the possession of somebody else. So much so that there are like services where like you can put your phone into a bag. You can still see kind of the screen, but like it covers up, the cameras so that you can't take pictures of the wedding. And even though you have access to your phone, you can't get away with, just taking illicit pictures and being kind of voyeuristic in that way. And that got me thinking about church. There is no reason, with the exception of maybe the kids ministry being able to text you like, hey, come get your kid, he's throwing a huge fit in the nursery and stuff like that. But there's no reason to have your phone at church. And yet we all have them in our pockets for the most part. I've started leaving mine at home like about a year ago, and just because like I don't want it there. I want to be focused on church when I'm there. I don't need a phone while I'm at church. Why are we always bringing our phones when we're at church? Because they become so attached to our life. Like we don't know, we can't address how attached it is and what it means that we have like a camera and video recording at any given time with us. And so like, yeah, I don't think churches should have cell phones in them, and this is almost worse. It's like we have turned churches into kind of what we see at weddings, where we have to like hyper document the event that's happening. Like the importance is the event, and having pictures of that event are important, but like no one is more ruthless about capturing the moment that they have no participation in than like the photographer at a wedding. Like they are like commanding, like, get out of the way, don't take pictures, all that kind of stuff, because they're trying to do their job. They're trying to get capture these moments in digital media for the bride and groom. And we have those in big churches nowadays, where like you'll be worshiping, you'll be doing something that's supposed to be you and God, and then someone will turn it into food for the Instagram algorithm so that your church can get likes. Like that's what I mean. It's weird and wrong. And I don't think phones, especially phones with cameras, should be in our day-to-day life like that, especially in worship, especially at weddings. And like the downstream consequences, people do less of the things that they might feel embarrassed or they might feel exposed if someone was actively taking video of them. And that's because they're rightly addressing the situation. They're rightly seeing that, if 100 people in the room all have video cameras, I'm not going to act in a way that could make me look foolish or make me look vulnerable, like we, perhaps want our church services to be a place of refuge for. So people who are vulnerable can come to them.